welcome back to Riven, the sequel to Myst. In the last episode, we got a hell of an exposition dump from Atris, in the form of this little notebook here. He told us to come to Riven. Oh, there's that telescope. Oops, spoilers. You're not supposed to know it's a telescope. He told us to come to Riven, capture his father, rescue his wife, and signal him once we have done those things. But things went off the rails immediately because the trap book we were given has been stolen. So now we have to figure out where that went and figure things out from there. Oh, okay. So at some point you figure out that these Tetris blocks here correspond to the 5 islands that make up this age. So each one is a map of... it's kind of a very rough map of it. So we have this tiny little island here and a big one here. I believe Catherine is on the tiny one because that's the prison island. And it might be helpful if I actually copy this down. My phone is not within arm's reach right now, so I'm not going to be taking as many pictures this time around. So, and there's actually a lot of stuff that you can't really do that easily. Like, just, it's not like in Myst where solutions were just given to you and you have to remember them and write them down or take a picture of them. There's a lot of stuff that isn't so easy to do in Riven, so I'm just going to copy this diagram down here because I'm pretty sure it's important. So I've got the 5 there, the 4 there, Tetris block, and then this big one here, which is 2, and then 9. One, two, three. Yeah, and then that one. Okay. So I'm not sure if I don't remember if this particular diagram is that important, but I've got it kind of copied down. So we will see if there's anything else to do with that. Can I think what it's saying is this dome is connected to all the other islands, but only one at a time right now, I think, because... Oh! I didn't even see this lever here. What does that do? Well, like I said last time, nothing bad ever happened from just flipping a switch. So it did something somewhere. What is down here? Ah, we have another steam valve. This has something to do with rotating a bridge. Okay, what if we keep going? Wait. There's something on the ground there. Looks like a trapdoor. It's down here. Ah! I think we are... Oh. See, I'm pretty sure it's been longer since I've played Riven than since I played through Myst. I mean, obviously, I just did a Let's Play of Myst, but even without that, I've played through Myst more recently than I had played through Riven, and I've never actually completed this game without following a guide very heavily, but I was also a young child of not particularly gifted puzzle-solving ability, so, oh, that's what that lever did. So if I pull it here, it's gonna come down? Yes, it will. There is one particular puzzle in this game that is absolutely a nightmare to figure out, And I'm going to see if I remember it correctly that it is, in fact, so ridiculously obtuse that a guide is necessary, or if I was just overlooking the useful information that the game provided me to solve it without a guide. So I'm going to try to do this Let's Play without a guide. So I don't know how well that's going to go, or if it will even last that long before I have to pull out a guide. But it's I think it's a little more straightforward. It's not just like random puzzles for the sake of random puzzles like Myst kind of was. So I think that might help a little bit. So what did I even do? I rotated a bridge and activated the ability to rotate other bridges, so I guess I'm done here now. What even does that... There's something up there, but I want to be on this side of the bridge when it goes up, so I can go up it. I don't know. I'm not even sure which island you start out on. And maybe I'm wrong in guessing that this dome is connected to all the other islands. I mean, there are, like, other bridges coming out of it, I think. Well, I think that's about everything I can do from here at the moment. We didn't go across this bridge and down into this cave. Ooh, spooky atmosphere. That's another thing that's always been great about the series in general, is the atmosphere. It's really spooky and very, very kind of like... Oh. I found a door that I didn't even know was locked. Just the environment designs and the sound design, the atmosphere, it all really comes together, especially in Riven, I feel like. You know, Myst had its moments, but Riven really shines with the atmosphere. Lever? Button. Okay. This does something. I don't know what. There's some kind of humming going on. Sounds kind of mechanical, electrical. And I don't know what the purpose of this device is. Meaning either it's something we come back to later, or it has no purpose whatsoever. But there wouldn't be anything that has no purpose whatsoever. Everything that's in here is here for a reason. Oops. Let's go back down this cave the rest of the way. Inconspicuous secret door. Maybe it's more conspicuous from the other side. Oh, that kind of looks like the thing we were sitting in. Oh! I would bet that's the chair that Gehn sits in, and it projects a big hologram of him over here for his followers to worship. So I guess while we were sitting in that, we were being projected in here, but because we are not a developed character or anything, we're just the protagonist, we can't be shown on screen ever, because this could be anybody playing this game. Okay, there's some kind of offerings. Yep, that is definitely an altar, and I would be willing to bet that that was probably a hologram projector. Okay, and I believe this is the door that we opened. So that's that. Yeah, I think we pretty thoroughly explored this first island here, so let's call a tram somewhere else. Here it comes. And this is the tram. It's all fancy and high tech. Yeah. Another thing I like about the design of this series in general is there's so much like steampunk, but there's also so much like weirdly industrialized like technology that you run into. Like this tram, for instance, it doesn't look steampunk in the slightest, really. But then we also had the like valves and everything that were literally steam powered. So, you know, it's a lot of conflicting time periods coming together in the design of these worlds, and I think it's a lot of fun to play around with that idea. Okay, so we turned around. Forward. Let's go somewhere else. Whee! I bet this was mind-blowing to have play out in front of you back in like 1997. I don't remember when Riven came out. It was like mid to late 90s. Not terribly long after Myst came out, but you can definitely tell they improved on the formula significantly. Because Myst was highly praised for its graphics and everything back in the day. You know, it was quite a game changer when it came out. I mean, it's kind of funny to look back at it now and be like, yeah, I mean, this is not all that spectacularly rendered 3D and a lot of FMV, which was not a new thing at the time either, I don't believe. But, you know, back then it was a big deal. A little thing here. Okay. I remember what these are for. So each one of these tells you a number. It's not Roman numerals. These are dunny numbers, and they use a base 5 mathematical system. And that sound that it's playing, you find these all over the island, and each one plays the sound of an animal that you will encounter at some point and learn what it sounds like, and then you know, oh, this animal means this number. But I don't remember what all of them were. I know this is a frog, and there's a part where you capture a frog and it makes this exact sound, the little chirping sound. So I'm gonna write down, it was K-I. They look like Roman numerals, but there's a place where you find out what each number means. And I remember that K-I is indeed the frog. There's like a big fish that kind of sounds like a whale. There's some little sea lion type things. There's like a beetle. We actually saw beetles on the walls in that other room. I think there was one more. I think there's 5 numbers, and I don't remember exactly what you'd use these numbers for, other than learning the system. But I don't remember what the animal noises mean. So we're just gonna keep going. Oh, there's another blue button. Did that do something? A heavily deforested area. As we saw, Gehn ordered a lot of tree chopping. Oh, minecart ride. Don't want to go down that way yet. There's that dome that we were at. So that's the dome island. They all have all the islands have names. I think that one is the Dome Island, and the one Catherine on is the Prison Island. I don't remember what the rest of them are called. Not that it really matters, but oh, there's one of those beetles I was talking about. Hello, little bug. So that's where you learn that that sound is that beetle. And that's actually the first one you encounter. You learn. It was not the sound that played when we found that other ball number. So yeah. There's a lot of exploring to do in this particular game. And it doesn't really give you a lot of direction. You just had to figure out everything kind of on your own. Oh, that's kind of a freaky little totem there. Yeah, I remember that. Little thing on the right there with the switch. And he opens his mouth, and we can go inside. And wait, nope. I think we have to close it first. Because if there's one thing I learned while playing Myst, it's that elevators don't work unless you close the door first. Oh, rotates. And then goes up. Maybe you don't have to close it. Now we're up on some railing. Okay. Big spinning dome. With a flip book of an eye. So... did I get it? It's kind of... I think it's like a timing-based puzzle. You stop it when it flashes on the golden eye there that you saw. But I don't think it's possible to get it just like in one go. You kind of have to just button mash until you get it. So what did that do? There's a book there. And a slider puzzle. Maybe that's what the numbers were for? No. I don't remember. Yeah. So there's somewhere where you find out what to do with that. Don't hang on me, game. Oh, it's not hanging, it's playing a scene. There's somebody up in that tower, they're spinning that noisemaker around. Yeah, there are still people here. There is a village that we will eventually go to. I think it's down that way, actually. And I guess that signal was to warn somebody that we were coming. What's in here? I legit do not remember 99% of this. Like, even less than I remember of Myst. This, whoops. No, I don't want to go outside. I want to see what these levers do. Going up. Alrighty. Oh, there's that village I was talking about. And what's this lever do? Okay, close that. And that opens it. Okay. Noted. Probably want it closed, because why would I be able to close it if I was supposed to leave it open? Going back down. And going back out. Yeah, there's definitely a book in there. I don't know. I think I remember where that goes to, but I don't want to say because I could be wrong. I think it takes you to where Gehn lives if you open any of those. There's a bunch of those domes on. There's one of those domes on each island. What does the blue button do? That opens and closes the totem mouth thing. Yep, and that does apparently nothing. Okay then. Oh, hello. Alrighty then. That happened for a reason, I'm sure. So, we didn't go this way. And there was... Yeah, that's the way we came in. Okay. So let's take this path. Left or right? Let's see what is... Oh, this is just back to the... Back the way we came. Okay. So this way then. Beautiful environment. If this age wasn't slowly collapsing and falling apart into the void, I would love to live in a place like this. Okay. Oh, there's people running around up there. Pretty sure Gehn probably told the people of this island to don't engage with any outsiders. You know, if somebody new shows up, do not talk to them, don't help them, don't do anything because they are evil or something, and I'm your god, and you do as I say. You know, all that kind of stuff. So these people who live here are not going to help us. Alright, there's nothing there. There's an underwater tram that we eventually get to power up and start using. Why we can't just swim to each part of the island that it goes to is beyond me. But, you know. Puzzle games got a puzzle. Nice, kind of Adobe igloo thing they got going on here. Anybody home? Hello? Aha! Hello. Well, that was rude. Oh, there's that steam. See, we had that industrial, like, clearly electrically powered tram that we came here to this island on. And then we have this steampunk-looking thing that we are just going to drop into the water. It's like a submarine train, which is kind of a cool idea, but... yeah. Everything that it goes to is within swimming distance of everything else, so... I don't understand why this puzzle even exists at all. I mean, I get it from a game design standpoint, but it never made sense to me that these people would use this device to travel from anywhere in this little canyon here to another place where it's, you know, like they can just swim, or, you know, they could build canoes or something. It just seems over-engineered to me. Anyway. What is... Where is that? Can we get to there from here? This is going back the way we came, isn't it? Yeah. Doo-doo-doo. Backtrack, backtrack. There's some way down to where we dropped the thing. But I don't think I can do it from here. So I think the only option right now is to backtrack. But that doesn't seem right. Where else is there to... Oh! I didn't go this way at the start. Okay, so this is actually a puzzle too. You have to wait for their animation to stop playing before you move, otherwise you scare them away and you don't get to hear the sound they make. Or, no, maybe that wasn't it. Did I do that wrong? Maybe you have to come at them from a different side. Yeah, those are the... I think I mentioned that there were like some seals or something. That's one of the sounds you have to identify for a puzzle later on. Oh, this way does go around. Okay. Go back and... Oh, they're just straight up gone. There's a way you get like right up to the rock and then they like make their noise. Okay, that's another number, by the way. I seem to recall that's 5 actually, because that one is like, that's like the Riven, like that's their sacred number and all that stuff. And I think that is like the whale kind of fish. I'll put that down as whale question mark, because it does sound whale-like. So... I forgot that was there, actually. I'm glad I investigated that a little more thoroughly than I was initially planning to. So, let's go back to the village. Find a way down to that little submersible tram. Ah, that is definitely the beetle we saw earlier. What was that? I forgot what it said already. DI. That is absolutely the beetle. Got it. And for some reason we can fill this up. And it makes the shape of the beetle. I don't know why this is here. Maybe it's in case you weren't paying attention and you forgot. Maybe you didn't interact with the beetle before, or you forgot what it sounded like, and this is just another reminder. It's like, yeah, this is the beetle. That's the sound this thing makes. That's this number ball. Anyway, moving on. Oops. There is our little submersible. So let's turn around. And go forward. So we were in kind of like a little weird bubble. Like you can kind of see, if I could control back. Come on, let me have the mouse, please. So there's these little columns where there's no water that are like generated by some kind of weird electrical force field or something. So that's where you go up, and let's go to the left and see where this goes. And we're going up a hill into another bubble. And while you're in any of these bubbles, you can just open the hatch, poke your head out, and see where you are. So there's somewhere where you extend that ladder and you can actually get to it. But like I said, it would make more logical sense if you could just swim to it. But what do I know? I'm just an outsider who has no knowledge of how things are done on this island. Let's see where else we can go. Another fork. Let's go to the right. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere where you get like a good aerial view of this and you figure out where each place you need to go is in relation to the track, so we're just kind of exploring willy-nilly right now. And let's see where we are. Yeah, there's like a lever you pull or something that extends all these ladders so you can actually reach them. Oh, that's the end of this track. We gotta turn around. Now we can go forward. And once we get to the next junction, I'm going to want to turn around again. And go the other way. And see what's down that way. Do. So we want to go left this time. Straightforward navigation. Even if this was your first time playing this, you'd pick this up very quickly, I'm sure. Alright, where have we gone? Let's see. Aha, we have a ladder this time. Are we back at the start? I think... Yep, okay, that's where we started. That's why there's a ladder there. Well. Okay. So we're gonna go forward again. Wait for this whole scene to play out. And I went left the last time. So let's go right this time. See where we end up. I keep resting my hand on my keyboard like I'm gonna do something with the keys, but this is literally all point and click. So I can just put my arm anywhere I want to, because I don't need the keyboard for anything. Except saving and renaming game files, but that's not something I need to worry about right now. But we are in a different place now. What is up here? Okay. Ah, this is where I was talking about where you have the overhead view. So, we're down here. And there's actually not as many places to go as I thought. So we can get to that thing that we closed off. And the dock there. And I think that's... yeah, I think that's where we dropped it from, into the water. And then there's a building down there that we can get to. But I think these activate the ladders. Yeah, now they're sticking out. So there's not an animation, you just have to look and see what's different. So yeah, now all the ladders are extended. So if we go to any of those, we'll be able to actually go to any of those. But I think I made a fair bit of progress in this episode, so I think I will save the exploring of this village in its entirety for the next episode.